Well, TEK Ocean Group has a long history and working with blue chip clients in lucrative oil, gas and wind farm business offshore in Victoria. The company is now listing on the ASX after raising $6.6 million. And for more on what all of this means, Chairman Brendan Brown joins us. Welcome to TEK News today.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for your time. So firstly, tell us about the company. What are you up to at the moment?
Yeah, look, the company has a long and proud history. It's funded privately for the last 12 years. The previous 11 years have been operating cash flow positive. What we do is provide marine logistics and offshore engineering services and support services to the offshore energy industry, and more recently, increasingly involved in the decommissioning and rehabilitation of legacy energy assets such as oil and gas platforms, subsea installations and so forth. We've in fact been the first company to do the two first successful decommissionings in the Bass Strait, and we're pitching on a number of other projects, and we're the first company to be contracted for providing services to the proposed one of the largest wind farms in the world, the Star of the South, just offshore Victoria.
So tell us more about that and the latest trends, whether it's in wind farming or other areas. What are some of the trends that you've noticed over recent times?
Well, the trends that we've noticed, and this is public information, Wood Mackenzie put out a report not so long ago talking about $40 billion of decommissioning work and rehabilitation work required offshore Australia in relation to, for instance, old oil and gas assets that are depleted and need to be remediated and removed and cleaned up. And TEK Ocean has, like I just said, has done the first two of these projects in Bass Strait, and we're pitching on a number of others. And we're also, with the offshore renewables, we can see effectively in the longer term, the renewable space moving offshore in terms of offshore wind and wave, and particularly wind. The Star of the South is probably the most advanced offshore project in Australia, and will replace in the order of many gigawatts of energy if successful just off Wilson's Promontory, but over the horizon. So it creates no environmental issues and effectively provides renewable power for generations to come. And we're the first Australian company to provide services to them.
So that's exciting, as is listing on the ASX, I imagine. So tell us more about this process and what does it mean for the company moving forward?
Yeah, well, the reason we listed on the ASX is we had about 12 founders, and you rapidly run out of the ability to fund the massive growth opportunities that are predicted to occur for the business. And so it got beyond the private funding ability of the founders. And so the logical next step was to turn the company into a public company and then access the public capital markets. And I must say, we were quite astounded with the level of interest and support that we found for a relatively small company, about a 20 million market cap, but we've just successfully raised about another $1.6 million above our minimum raise. And we're currently repurposing our one of our largest assets, which is a vessel, to do offshore decommissioning work by putting a large crane on it and being able to effectively pull out old subsea installations and access old wellheads and effectively clean up the environment.
Great to chat today, Brendan. Thanks so much for your time. How can we stay in contact moving forward?
Well, you can contact the company. It has a website. Just Google TEK Ocean. The ticker code is T3K, which is obviously a backwards E. T3K is the ASX listing code, and just Google TEK Ocean and you'll come to the company's website. And look, we think we've got an amazing future ahead of us, and we employ Australians, Australian business, local, main operations in Western Australia and offshore Victoria, and we're pitching for greater work in the Australasian area. So that's how you can contact us.
Thanks so much for your time on TEK News today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.